reducing the lives that we lose on a daily basis. I'd like to have an opening prayer, and I probably will just call someone to give us an opening prayer. So forgive me if I call you. Unfortunately, Mr. Ananfuri, you are the number one. So can you please say a quick prayer for us to start? Thank you. Dr. Ananfuri, are you there? The host, please, it looks like they're muted, so you might need to unmute Dr. Ananfuri, please. Hello? Can you hear me, please, the host?
Yes, please, I can hear you. He's been unmuted.
Okay, I still see him muted on my side, so.
He's doing that to do it himself.
Okay.
I'll give you, yes.
Dr. Ananfuri, can you hear me, please? Hello? Okay, I think maybe he's not there. Can we move to...
He's unmuted now, so he can speak.
Okay, Dr. Ananfuri, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, Dr. Ananfuri, I was asking if you could say a quick prayer for us. Thank you so much.
Okay, let us pray. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. But I want to commit this assignment into your hands, that this thing that we are beginning, may we yield, may it yield good results for us, and may it come out well, so that everybody will be happy with it, the whole nation, the insurance industry, and everybody. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mabel Nananyakwa Poble, and I convene the PR committee at the GIA. So we'll go straight to the matters for today. Just before Mr. Adia comes in to give a message, and also before the video starts, I just wanted to just probably put this in perspective. Day in, day out, and I think basically just last week, we heard about a gory accident. No, I think it was 2 weeks ago, a gory accident on the Cape Coast Road that took a number of lives. It feels very far away if it is not someone you know. But when it hits home, like it has hit home for me quite a few times, you start to ask questions: who is responsible for this? Is it the individuals? Is it the urban roads? Is it the government? But each of us has a part to play. And for those of us who drive daily to and from work and to other places, it is our responsibility to make sure that if for nothing, we are practicing defensive driving and being alert on our roads. From the little I gathered in my research, just last year, we had about 12,000 accidents involving over 20,000 vehicles. And within these, we had over 2,000 people dying. Mind you, COVID from 2019 to date has had only a little over 700 people dying, and we make so much noise. And yet we make very little noise about the people that die on our streets. Forget about death, injuries were so many. Some people have been forever disabled and may not be able to contribute to keeping up with their families. So this is not something that we take lightly. And so we would like to make this campaign very relevant to each and every one of us individually, as well as to our communities and therefore to the whole country. We believe that as we start this, we will be able to support, as insurers, we basically insure vehicles and lives. So this is critical for us. And we see this as a social responsibility, our social responsibility towards the country. And so we are believing that the webinar today and the discussions we will have today will basically take us to the place that we start to think about this differently, that we have a paradigm shift on how we must view the way we drive on our roads. I would like to call at this time on the GIA to show the video regarding the reckless driving. It's just a 2-minute video and then we'll take it there. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Mike Adumako, a manager at Star Assurance Company Limited. Star Assurance is a proud member of the Ghana Insurance Association. 28th June 2021 is the International Insurance Awareness Day. The theme for the Ghanaian celebration is "The carnage on our roads must stop." For the past 36 years, Star Assurance has partnered with numerous stakeholders, notably the GPRTU, to help educate the public on the need to avoid drink driving and also to reduce speed on our roads. We entreat all drivers to be cautious and to be responsible when driving their motor vehicles. We welcome you to Star Assurance, your solid partner, as we cover all your motor risks, your assets, your earnings, and your liabilities. Let's be safe. Star Assurance, a solid partner. Thank you.
Hi, my name is George Apia, the Chief Operations Officer at Bedrock Insurance Company Limited. As we celebrate International Insurance Awareness Day, from all of us at Bedrock, we will have one question for you. And the question is this: how do you feel when you hear about the carnage on our roads? Have you for a minute thought of what you can do to reduce this carnage? Join us and the entire insurance fraternity as we make an effort to kick out the indiscipline and recklessness on our roads. Let's make the road a safer place for all of us so we can enjoy and share in the prosperity of motherland Ghana. At Bedrock Insurance, we protect the things you truly value, and we look forward to seeing you alive so we can do business. And remember, 28th of June is International Insurance Awareness Month. Let's keep the road safe and we will all be happy with it. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Gifty Usuada, Head of Marketing for Unique Insurance Company Limited. Let's talk about the carnage on our roads for a minute. Have you wondered how life would be if struck with a disaster leading to a disability or death as a result of a road accident? Has it occurred to you, just for once, that road accident will maim you for life? I'm sending shivers down your spine with these thought-provoking questions, eh? Don't fall a prey to any form of vehicular accident. Neither subject your fellow road user into such a predicament. Let us all be disciplined when using the road, either as a driver, a passenger, or a pedestrian. You wouldn't wish that for yourself. Why put another road user into that state through your recklessness, negligence, or indiscipline? Safety on our roads is possible, and it starts with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, GIA. At this point, we would like to remind everyone about our theme, and it is the indiscipline and carnage on our roads must stop. Like I said, every life matters, and it is only when it is close to you that you really feel it. But we don't have to wait for it to be close to us. We have to just prevent it. I'd like to call on Mr. Victor Adia, the chairman of the Non-Life Council, to give the opening remarks. Victor. The host, you need to unmute him as well.
Okay. Madam Moderator, thank you.
You're welcome. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. The Commissioner of Insurance, Dr. Justice Ofori, the Ambassador of the Royal Republic of Morocco, Her Excellency, Mrs. Imani Wadir. The Acting Chief Director of the Ministry of Transport, Ms. Mabel Sego, represented by Mr. Kwame Kudia Atuahine of Ghana Road Safety Authority. The Head of Program for Sustainable Economic Development of GIZ, Mr. Detley Axel Jan. The Chairman of the Insurance Awareness Coordinating Group, AICG, and former GIA President, Mr. Wasatay. The President of GIA, Chief Executive Officers and Managing Directors of the insurance and reinsurance companies, and other organizations. Presenters, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning once again. I warmly welcome you to the celebration of this year's International Insurance Awareness Day, a day set aside to remind policyholders on the need to constantly check the adequacy of their covers. However, people must be alive before they can enjoy the benefits of insurance. It is for this reason that the GIA, the Ghana Insurance Association, remains concerned about the increasing deaths on our roads through reckless driving and has dedicated this year's celebration to the launch of a vigorous campaign against indiscipline and reckless driving on our roads. We are fortunate to have seasoned presenters to expatiate on the subject and provide us with tips to reducing the menace, if not eliminating same. The multi-sectoral approach is apt, and I look forward to a fruitful deliberation on the subject. I believe that you will agree with me that the carnage on our roads must stop, and it starts with you, because every life matters. On this note, I urge everyone to be an active participant in this important webinar. You are once again welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Adia. Like you said, each of us has to be an active participant, not just in the webinar, but in the campaign and in driving safely to help us reduce the carnage. Thank you once again. GIA, would you please show the next video? Thank you.
Life is a gift, and each of us have one chance to live it to the fullest. When we leave our homes to go about our daily activities, we all hope to get back safely. In recent times, there's been an increase in road accidents due to indiscipline. Let's all get on board in the fight against indiscipline on our roads. Ensure your car is regularly maintained. Don't leave broken down vehicles in the middle of the road. Don't stop at unauthorized places, putting your life and those of others in danger. Don't drink and drive, and don't drive tired. Most importantly, don't overspeed. Speed thrills, but kills. Ghana needs you alive. Be an obedient driver, drive safely, and be an agent of safe change on our roads. Thank you.
I'm Norenda Wadia Deborah, General Manager, Operations for NCR Insurance. Records show that human error is a major contributor to road accidents in Ghana. One of the human error is overspeeding. Drivers should know that once they are behind their steering wheels, the lives of their passengers are in their hands and their lives matter. Driving within speed limits means keeping your passengers safe. Overspeeding means putting the lives of your passengers in danger. Overspeeding kills. Kill overspeeding. Arrive alive and let's save lives. Let's build Ghana together. Thank you.
It reminds me of my best friend Kwame, who lost his life soon after graduation from the university.
It reminds me of my brother-in-law who sustained severe head injuries while riding his motorbike without a helmet. It reminds me of my 5-year-old neighbor who came back from school one day to the sad news of the death of both parents who ran their vehicle into a stationary fuel tanker.
It reminds me of the physically challenged woman, Auntie Amma, who together with her 2 children lost their lives because the driver was texting.
So remember, a first ride could be your last ride. Together, let's keep our roads safe. GUA!
We care!
GUA!
We care!
GUA!
Saving a life each day at a time.
Thank you, GIA. And right after that from GUA, we have the president of the GIA, Ms. Aretha Duku, who is also the MD for GUA. Aretha, you're welcome.
Thank you, my abled moderator, Mabel. The Commissioner of Insurance, Dr. Justice Ufori, the Ambassador of the Royal Republic of Morocco, Excellency, Mrs. Iman Wadil, the Acting Chief Director of the Ministry of Transport, Ms. Seigo, represented here by Mr. Kwame Kodua Itiahine, Head of Regulatory Inspectorate and Compliance Department of National Road Safety Authority, the Head of Program for Sustainable Economic Development of the German Development Corporation, Mr. Detlef Axel-Jan, the Chairman of the Insurance Awareness Coordinators Group, and my own President, Mr. Wilson Tay, board members of GIA, IBAG, CIG, Chief Executive Officers, Managing Directors of insurance and reinsurance companies and other organizations, presenters, media, participants here invited, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Ghana Insurance Association, I wish to welcome you to this important webinar themed GIA's campaign against indiscipline and carnage on our roads. This program is important because not only is it Insurance Awareness Day today, but the subject matter of road carnage is of concern to all. Children survive an accident only to hear that their parents did not make it through the recklessness of a driver. The only child of the aged couple knocked down and killed by a drunk driver at the pedestrian crossing. The employees of a company whose chief executive officer dies through an accident caused by a driver's wrong overtaking. All these incidents have one thing in common: the fate and fortunes of these people change at a twinkle of an eye. This is not far from reality, ladies and gentlemen, in Ghana. On the 19th of May, 2021, a mother, her 2-year-old daughter, and a hawker were knocked down by a speeding Kia truck at Amanfrom on the Accra-Kaswa Highway. According to the Amanfrom District Motor Traffic and Transport Department of the Ghana Police Service, the mother of the 2-year-old child was declared dead upon arrival at the hospital, while the other victims were in critical conditions due to severe injuries sustained during the accident. It was further reported that these victims were actually crossing the road at the pedestrian crossing when the unfortunate incident occurred. The driver of the Kia truck is very much alive today after fleeing from the accident. The question is, what happens to the life of this 2-year-old child if she survives this terror? On Monday, 9th March 2020, over 35 passengers died when the Yutong bus collided with a mini Sprinter on the Kintampo-Tamale Highway in the Bono East region at 4 a.m. It is reported that the driver of one of the buses was sleeping, causing his bus to veer off into the lane of the other. Wow, really? One might ask, but it is the reality. A year earlier, Friday, 22nd March 2019, over 70 persons aboard 2 buses on the same stretch perished due to a head-on collision between the buses. One would also ask again, what happens to the future of the dependents of these victims, many of whom are breadwinners. These horrific incidents are indicative of the negative impact of reckless driving. And you all agree with me that there are many of such similar accidents with unanswered questions. This is evidenced by the alarming statistics on injuries and deaths from reckless driving on our roads. According to the latest accident statistics from the MTTD, a total of 216 persons lost their lives in Ghana in the month of May 2021 alone. This figure represents a 26.32% increase in the number of deaths last year. In total, 1,250 people have died from the road accidents from January to May 2021. The statistics also show that 1,309 people have also sustained injuries from road accidents in the month of May 2021, representing a whopping 26.72% rise from last year's figures alone. Reckless driving on our roads remains not only a major public safety issue in Ghana, but an economic one as well. Statistics from the National Road Safety Authority shows that Ghana loses approximately 2% of its gross domestic product every year to road collision, in addition to the loss of lives. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, there is no end in sight to this dilemma. As insurers, we provide covers and the motor policies to indemnify the risks associated with these incidents. Additionally, life insurance policies may help reduce the financial burden associated with deaths and injuries through this accident. But the bigger question is, are these interventions enough to assuage the pain of the victim of reckless driving? The child who has been orphaned at such a tender age, dependents who have lost their breadwinner, the wife whose husband is gone. I could go on and on and on. As insurers, we will continue to provide the financial protection, but we feel morally compelled to change in our little way the safety on our roads as we add our voice to this cause. This is the essence of the GIA's campaign against indiscipline and reckless driving on our roads. The campaign in itself is a clarion call to duty. We can no longer stand by and allow these drivers to continue to perpetuate deaths on our roads, pain in our hearts, and wreak havoc to the future of our people. Hand in hand, we can overcome the menace of reckless driving. We must avoid distractions when driving, including mobile phone usage, WhatsApp messages, and texting. According to Dr. Charlie Clover, an engineer who specializes in driver distraction, she said, to the everyday driver, anytime you're engaging in something else other than driving, it increases your crash risk by 2 to 3 times. Wow. Similarly, Lewis Hamilton, the Formula One driver, said, when I'm driving, the fewer distractions there are, the better it is to focus on the job in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do our bit. Let us not drink and drive, not drive tired, jump red lights, slow down, and stop at pedestrian crossing. Avoid stopping abruptly. Avoid overtaking our curves. Educate our children on basic road safety. And bring all drivers who disregard traffic regulations to book, throwing the highest penalty are repeated offenders as a deterrent. These are only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to tips on accident avoidance. Fortunately for us today, we have experts from the National Road Safety Authority and the Motor Traffic and Transport Department of the Ghana Police Service to deal with the statistical and enforcement perspectives of road safety. The Ministry of Transport will also share the regulatory aspects regarding safety on our roads. We are also very much privileged to have our counterparts from Morocco to share their experiences on how they've been making their roads safer. GIA's campaign has just begun, and the change begins with you and I. The carnage on our roads must stop. After all, every life is important. Every life matters. We should arrive alive in one piece and not in shattered pieces. On that note, I wish to express my sincere gratitude to all of you for making time to be part of this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam GIA President. And you asked a very critical question. Are the interventions enough? Are they enough? Obviously, no amount of money can pay for what anybody feels losing a child, a husband, a wife, a father, a sister, a brother. So in as much as possible, even though we have the financial support through insurance, our first option is that we want to contribute to reducing what actually causes the accidents. Thank you very much. Shall we have the GIA show the next video, please?
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Jonah, Marketing Manager for GIA Insurance Company Limited. As we mark the International Insurance Awareness Day for 2021, we at GIA Insurance Company will admonish every road user to be mindful of these three things. The faster you drive, the less control you have over your vehicle. Your safety is important to your family and your community. Patience pays. The carnage on our roads must stop because every life matters. Thank you.
My name is Ernest Frimpong, Managing Director of Loyalty Insurance Company Limited. As we celebrate International Insurance Awareness Day, I would like to add my voice to the hundreds of people who want to see an end to indiscipline and carnage on our roads. I am so much concerned about the non-adherence to road traffic regulations, and I'm particularly concerned about the conduct of commercial drivers, truck drivers, as well as motor riders. We have to know that the enforcement of road traffic regulation is the only way out, because you will see drivers driving without due regard to other needs on the road. You will see even motor riders riding without crash helmets and jumping red lights. This must stop. And I want to urge the law enforcement agencies, the police working in collaboration with the National Road Safety Commission, to actually enforce the law. And I know that the insurance industry will support in this effort. With a strong enforcement regime and attitudinal change, coupled with the public awareness programs, we will surely succeed. Thank you very much.
My name is Dr. Aaron Isanafore, Chief Executive Officer of Quality Life Assurance Company Limited. Fellow Ghanaians, statistics available indicates that death arising out of accidents in Ghana in the past 2 years is higher than COVID-19. This is as a result of drink driving, sleep driving, talking on phone while driving, sending messages and WhatsApp while driving. My brothers and sisters, Ghana needs you. Every life counts. Stay safe. At QLAC, we inspire trust. Thank you.
Thank you, GIA. We've set the stage to now understand some of the numbers behind why we are also worried about the reckless driving. And for that, we'll invite Engineer David Osafo-Adontain, who is the Director of Planning and Programs, to give us the presentation. You're welcome, Engineer David Adontain.
Thank you very much, and good morning to you all. I believe I'm being heard by everybody.
Yes,
okay.
We can hear you.
That's fine. First of all, let me say I'm highly privileged to be with you this morning as you celebrate the International Insurance Day. I want to greet my good friends, Commissioner NIC, Dr. Furi, Madam President of GIA, Arita, I greet you, Chief Director, Ministry of Transport, Your Excellency, the Moroccan Ambassador to Ghana, all directors of NIC, GIA, and National Road Safety Authority who are also watching and part of this whole program, all participants, and my good brothers and sisters, the presenters. Let me start this presentation with a quick history, just a quick history. I believe it will help all of us. So next slide, please. The next one. Okay, I'll read verbatim. And I am putting all of us on the path of understanding the discussion for today, the need for us to talk about road safety. It says, the death of Bridget Driscoll, 1851 to August 1896, was the first recorded case of a pedestrian killed in a collision with a motor car in Great Britain. Driscoll in the company of her teenage daughter, May. In fact, May is a name that rings a lot in National Road Safety Authority because our Director General is called May anyway. And her friend, Elizabeth Murphy, crossed Dolphin Terrace in the grounds of the Crystal Palace in London when Driscoll was struck by a car belonging to the Anglo-French Motor Carriage Company that was being used to give demonstration rides. It says, one witness described the car as traveling at a reckless pace. Reckless pace. Please, let's underline the word reckless. In fact, like a fire engine. In 1996, the then British Secretary of Transport at the time said something. He said, never should we allow this to happen again. And I repeat, never to let or should we allow this to happen again. Today, what do we see? A lot of things have emerged as the years go by. Now, in 1896, when we were talking about one vehicle killing a certain pedestrian, by the year 2019, vehicle population has grown to about 2.8 million, close to 3 million. Human population has also grown close to 30 million. Well, there's some new census. It may be more than that. And if you look at the crashes, the associated crashes and the casualties, this is the trend. We have come all the way from 2010, when we're recording crashes of 11,506 casualties, and casualties here, I mean the deaths and injuries put together, 13,516. Ghana did well by dropping them over the period from 2012 to 2017, thereabout, or 2016, but it started going up again. To this extent that as of 2019, 2020, we are recording far beyond the figures that most of our presenters discuss about. So this has been the trend in the past decade or so. Just look at some of the crashes which are still fresh in our minds. The Buipe one in 2021, this year, and then the Achimasaf put together, killing about 38 persons instantly through head-on collision. Just note it. Note also, another one that happened at various places last year, Dompuasi, in 2020, 34 persons killed. Dawadawa, 31 persons killed. Gomua Adam, 7 persons killed. Chichere, 14 persons killed. Offensu, 8 persons killed. All these, to the extent that so far in 2021, 5 months, we have recorded a number of crashes and a number of deaths. So these are just fresh in our minds, and I want you to take note of these. If you look at what is happening across Ghana, this is what we see. Where I sit at the National Road Safety Authority, I see that Greater Accra region is the most vulnerable region. The deaths, the injuries, the crashes are so high within the region, followed by Ashanti region, Eastern region, Central, Western, Bota, Northern, Northern, East, Upper East, and Upper West, in that order. So wherever you find yourself at one point in time in Ghana, this can guide you as to how you must protect yourself if you're getting yourself into the regions. Again, this is the most vulnerable road user class in Ghana. If you happen to be a pedestrian, then you must be extra careful, because that is where the vulnerable group that we're recording a lot of the crashes and the deaths. So over the past 3 years, for example, it's been hovering around 800, 700, 600, which means that gradually we're seeing some difference. Motorcyclists, bus occupants, and car occupants. So over the past number of years, it's been very consistent. We're killing more of our pedestrians, more of the motorcyclists are dying, bus occupants, and then car occupants in that order. It is also very fair for me to share with you that it is no longer the Christmas and Easter again. It is every month. We are recording the crashes all the way from January to December. All the months are dangerous and they are risky for us in Ghana. Next. Again, it is no longer the weekends alone. It is every day. From Monday to Sunday, we are recording crashes and we are recording casualties. If you look at what is on the board, from 2016, 2017 through 2017 to 2018, we've been recording similar number of deaths or casualties and crashes, all the same, and it's becoming very difficult for us to pinpoint as to which of the days are dangerous and which ones are not, if you look at what is on the screen. The time of the crashes, again, but here it is showing very clearly that the night travels are so dangerous in Ghana. And I believe you and I know the reasons why. Our roadways are dark, and we are speeding, we are doing all sorts of things. And so we are having problems in the night. From 6 p.m. all the way down to midnight when we are recording most of the crashes. But whatever it is, any of the hours are also quite dangerous as far as Ghana's road safety management is concerned. And I'm sharing with you the driver behavior, inattentiveness as far as our records are showing. Too fast, that is driving too high or excessive speeding. We are faced with improper overtaking, fatigue, and other kind of behaviors on the part of our drivers. And I'm happy the earlier speakers have hinted a few on some of the behaviors coming from the road users, especially those who sit behind the steering wheel. Next, please. And here, I think it will interest you to know, and I want to get our ladies who are listening to us and presenting a bit excited, that if you look at the proportions of who is dying on our roads, it is the men more than the women. About 76, 70, 30, 76, 24 kind of proportion. I think your guess may be as good as mine. Perhaps the ladies, you are so careful and so you value life. For that matter, you protect yourself more than the men. Otherwise, we'll say that we are more exposed. But if you have some secrets, this is the time for you to tell us in this campaign. Now, one of the presenters made a very important submission and question. You ask a certain questions, whether our interventions are working or not. And I want to share with you that in the past decade, we have followed the statistics to the extent that we have seen consistent reduction of pedestrian deaths from 853 around that figure in 2010 down to around 600, now climbing again to 700. And due to some of the interventions that we are all putting in place, you and I are doing. Look at the markings we are doing, educating people to use the pedestrian walkways and footbridges and so on. So that is a wonderful piece of work by the road agencies supporting the entire process. Next. We have also seen consistent reduction in child fatality, school going age. Some of the measures we are putting in place, we call them lollipop stands, crossing age for children at school areas when they want to go to school or coming back from school and crossing the road. We have also seen some consistency in reduction Those days around 2010, beyond 353, now we are dropping down consistently to less than 300, 244 currently. We have also seen that some of the measures that the National Road Safety Authority and stakeholders are putting in place, we call it regulating the public transport or commercial transport services, passenger services, and so on. Pre-departure checks, I believe my colleague from the regulatory unit, PAMI, will give some more details. But we have seen some consistency also in the reduction of passenger or bus occupants in our transport system, all the way from beyond 400 to less than 300. Another significant achievement. Another achievement is also about car occupants. Some of us who sit in cars, the seatbelt messages we are putting across. Most drivers, car users, or car drivers are very happy and excitingly adhering to our Fasten Your Seatbelt campaign, and it's working in a manner that you can see also some consistency in reducing from 271 those days down to less than 230. So we have 220 currently, which is also very significant. Another one is the heavy goods occupants. We are taking them through training, and they are responding positively to our messages and our concerns. We put them in classrooms, we teach them, and most of them, I think their behaviors have changed quite considerably. And so we have seen some reduction in crashes and fatalities among heavy goods occupants in the past decade, from above 190 down to 130 thereabout, which is also a good achievement. And perhaps I wouldn't say that our MDAs and MMDAs, of which we all belong to, are also doing very well in pickup. The use of pickups is also seeing some consistency from 55 casualties to 24, about 50% reduction. And can you imagine, even though Ghana is not a bicycle use country mostly, but the few facilities we have put in place in terms of infrastructure is also encouraging people who use bicycles, and we have seen that decline from 91 those dates around 2010 down to 49, about 50% reduction in 2019, which is also very huge. And I must say that if any of you should go to beyond the borders of Ghana, this is what you can showcase, that the number of people who die per 10,000 of vehicles running in the country, which is an international measure of road safety performance, Ghana's situation now is 7, which means that 7 persons die per 10,000 vehicles. It's an index that we use to measure country performance. We used to have 17 or close to 18 a decade ago. Now it is 7 persons per 10,000 vehicles. We call it fatality rate. Another measure is the population risk, where we measure the population, 100,000 of Ghana's population against the number of deaths. So it is 7 persons dying in Ghana currently out of 100,000 population of Ghana. There has not been much change. We have stabilized it somehow from 7 in 2010, still maintaining to 2019, which is also very good in spite of the rise in vehicle population and human population. But this is our challenge. And one of the presenters, also the earlier speakers mentioned about motorcycles. And indeed, the statistics is showing very clearly from 2000 and death, that is the number of persons who died through motorcycle use, to now 581 after 2019. You can see a huge jump, more than 50%. It's a worry. And look at the photo as it shows. I think it's a problem that all of us must look at it and see how we can address. Good friends, all we are battling is indiscipline. Driver indiscipline, pedestrian indiscipline, passenger indiscipline, motorcycles and tricycle indiscipline. That's what we're talking about. Everything we're experiencing has to do with something on overspeeding, wrongful overtaking, inattentiveness on the part of drivers. Passengers are not crossing the roads with care. They are jaywalking. Most pedestrians, and passengers are not wearing the seatbelts. As for motorcycles, I think the least said about them, the better. They are not wearing their crash helmet. They get to intersection, it is signalized, red, and they won't stop. So total indiscipline among road users, a big factor. And I must say that all of us are also not free from it. some of us who are called institutions, myself, National Road Safety Authority, the DVLA, National Ambulance Service, FTTD, and perhaps even you, the insurers, we are so slow in responding to some demands for safety in Ghana. I'm talking about road infrastructure. The signage are not adequate. They fade, the markings, the street lights, those are dark, but we are not rushing to replace them or make them function at all times. What is happening at DVLA? The transport operators, emergency response, and then our political will. What is our politicians, or what are they doing when it comes to road safety? These are all issues that we are trying to deal with as far as road safety management is concerned. The way forward, we launched a campaign which we called Arrive Alive Road Safety Campaign. And I'm happy, again, the earlier speakers made mention of these, including some of the videos you are showing, that the Arrive Alive has come to stay. The National Road Safety Authority partnered with the multimedia and 21 other media and social media groups in October last year, and through to February this year, we launched a campaign and implemented a pilot of it. The campaign had to do with education, advocacy, outreach, and enforcement. We did the first phase, and the second phase will take off very soon. But government has responded to all the advocacy to the extent that His Excellency the President has now constituted a committee called the Interministerial Committee on Road Safety, led by the Minister of Interior, and we have members, Minister of Roads and Highways, Minister of Transport, Communication and Digitalization, Information, Finance, the IGP part of it, and ourselves as the technical men supporting them. So they are now coordinating all these activities and to make periodic presentations to government for action. This is where I will commend the GIA and the insurance industry in general for thinking through and coming to support in this whole dispensation as we have launched the Arrive Alive campaign, and in the next couple of weeks to do the biggest one across Ghana and across the entire nation with about 200 media stations. Now the insurers have also now launched a campaign against the same indiscipline that we're talking about, against the same reckless driving that we're talking about. The carnage and indiscipline on our roads must stop, and indeed it must stop, because every life matters. We are highly excited that this particular day we are part of this success story, and we want to see us working together. We pledge our full support and cooperation. And you know what we're going to do? We are going to advocate for this, for Accra Kumasi Highway, as part of the campaign. Let us all have one common voice. And if you see Accra Kumasi in this expressway as you see it, wouldn't you be happy? I think we will. So under the Indiscipline campaign, we are going to speak on Accra Kumasi Highway regularization. We are also going to fight excessive speeding. It is part of the indiscipline on the part of drivers. Some are driving far beyond stipulated speed limits as if they want to fly. And so we are going to fight excessive speeding. We are going to fight these speed limits in towns, in public settlements, where drivers and pedestrians and a lot of people mingle and conflict in their movement. We are going to work and fight against it. We are also going to fight against drink driving. It is one of the problems that is giving us all these menace. So all of us, under this campaign that you are launching, we're going to work together to minimize drink driving related cases. Again, we're going to fight fatigue, driving tired, one of the silent killers on our roads. This particular crash you saw was as a result of fatigue, killing 60 persons at a time. Congestion all around in the cities, Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, and so on. You leave home in 2 hours before you get to the office, or 3 hours. We all need to put together our efforts and also come to fight congestion under this whole campaign. The children should not be left out. Please, insurers, let us think about them, how they go to school and how they come back home. we should continue to advocate under this campaign for facilities that can protect their interests in the roadway. Motorcycles, and as I'm ending, I am ending that it is a big menace. It is a big problem for us. We have not found a solution yet, but under this campaign, together with the Arrive Alive, we believe that we can work together to get a solution for this particular problem for Ghana. And I will end by saying that we are also threatened by disabled vehicles. My good friend, Dr. Fori, and all the others are aware of this situation. In fact, we met, but the proposals and the thinking through from the insurance industry is something we are waiting for. And I want to take advantage of this opportunity and remind you, Dr. Ofori and your team, the GIA, we are waiting for your proposal and recommendations as far as removal of disabled vehicles are concerned. We are planning of meeting Madam, the president of GIA very soon, if she gets time for us. Then we see the thinking through. Then we can be able to be in a position to propose something for the interministerial committee in the coming days so that we can deal with this canker of disabled vehicles and abandoned vehicles on our roads. On this note, I wish to thank you all very much for this opportunity, and we pledge our full support and cooperation for this campaign. Arrive Alive. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Engineer David Adonting. I think the statistics are quite staggering, and it's important that as we are having this campaign or putting forward this campaign, that we have the numbers at the back of our mind, because it basically brings the effort we're going to put to bear into some practical or some realistic numbers that we can deal with. And you mentioned two things that stuck up with me: the issue about men versus women. And I think that as women, we can probably play a part with the men, because we are either sisters, wives, or children of these men. And so we should be able to start helping them to either reduce speed or be more disciplined. But the biggest challenge is the indiscipline. When it cuts across men, women, old and young, when we are either on our phones or excessive speeding. And also, like you mentioned, the institutions. I was on the northern part of Ghana on the Sunyane and Techiman road just last week, and I just couldn't believe how terrible some of the roads were. And the fact that you come and then you hit a huge pothole that could easily sway you. So it's not because you are not driving right, but it's just because the roads are just not in good shape. So thank you very much. And we will all have to put our hands to making this campaign work. GIA, could you please do the next message?
Hello, my name is Anna Maria from Dunwall Insurance Company Limited. As a driver, you are not only responsible for yourself, but your passengers as well as pedestrians. A 30-second wait for the next driver can save you a week at the repair shop. Do not drive tired. Do not drive drunk. Drive safe, drive responsibly. Stay alive with Dunwell. And remember, if it must be done, it must be done well.
Hi, I am Osman Abudu, Assistant General Manager Technical at Enterprise Insurance. We are the oldest insurance company in Ghana, established in 1924, and a lead provider of non-life insurance solutions. The theme for this year's International Insurance Awareness Day is "The carnage and indiscipline on our roads must stop. Every life matters." This is very telling, in that in the year 2020 alone, it is said that Ghana recorded over 2,000 fatalities and over 12,000 injury cases as a result of road accidents alone. We at Enterprise Insurance are very concerned about this, and we will want to use this opportunity to entreat everyone using our roads to adhere to road safety measures and stay focused, for every life matters. We are committed to road safety and the support of accident victims. As a token of our commitment, we have donated mobility aid such as wheelchairs, Zima frames, and clutches to road accident victims as part of our corporate social responsibility activities for the last month. Remember, every life matters. The carnage and indiscipline on our roads must stop. Stay safe.
Thank you very much, GIA. At this point, we would invite SP Alexander Kweku-Obing. He's the Director Education, Research and Planning, to give us what the Ghana Police Service has done in terms of enforcement. And while he's getting ready, may I please say that if you have any questions, can you put your questions in the chat box and we'll pick up the questions and respond later at the Q&A. Thank you very much. Welcome, SP Obing.
All right, thank you very much, and good day. I don't know where each of us are, but Ghana is good morning. Having said that, all that my colleague Engineer Dante said was standing, all protocol, I think it's a great day for not only Ghana or West Africa, ways and means that we require to protect life and property even on our roads. And I have this to share so far as our input is concerned regarding traffic enforcement within the context of let's proceed. I think if you are ready, police is ready, so we proceed. I think my responsibility is to see how we all situate ourselves in the enforcement responsibility of Ghana Police Service. This is how the outlines proceed. I think the objectives are outlined clearly from the first speaker, that they are all interested in how to avoid crashes, acquaint ourselves. Particularly, we are looking at GIA members so that they will acquaint themselves with the intention and capacity of Ghana Police Service and particular TTV. And then how to prioritize training to officials who frontline these entities so that they will also be particular about engaging or training those that they issue out their as it were insurance policies so that in the end training will become part of insurance service delivery for their clients to protect themselves by complying with laws and regulation. And I'm not surprised that the engineer was talking about collaboration. It's very important and it's part of our bid. I think the problem that we have is increasing crashes and associated with injuries. And the fact that there are entities that interplay to cause crashes, and we have identified that there are solutions to it, and insurer is one stakeholder that can support in this way. We are aware that the last speaker mentioned over the years since 1991, for example, the country has been able to collate incidents of crashes. And today we have the information to share, and Sarante shared it with us. And it is happening on a daily basis, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annually, and it is a challenge to Ghana and to Africa. And we are much concerned because most of these crashes, as Richard said, are mostly caused by human beings, and therefore, for us, whilst this is a challenge, there lies the solution. We know that in practice, crashes are caused by three interpreting factors, whether human and the vehicle or the road. But studies all over the world, and in Ghana in particular, we found that crashes that it's always that about 96 as a result of human behavior, which is normally reduced to normally termed as indiscipline and all that. And so with this problem, in discussing this, our responsibilities, I would like to situate it within the context of police management. And therefore, I will look at the scope of my presentation will be hinged on where Mr. Wanamuti came from. The road safety problem, which has to do with incidents of preventable crashes that are occurring in Ghana. And of course, we will also look at the rule law, and out of it we will get some solution to the problems that we are confronted with and discussing. And the rule law will be a better one. You know, the history that was given in 1896 thereabout, Mia has died. That the word have said, no crash again, no death like that. By 1906, Ghana locals were preparing, and by 1952, when we became a state preparing to become Ghana as we have it now, road construction has started, vehicles have started coming in, and use of vehicles has become common. And since then, it has evolved to what we have now. And as a result, there's this new law that has been made, which contains vehicle registration standard, vehicle use standard, road use standard, and that also has also brought on stream enforcement responsibilities. And so there are some common terms that are common to us, like road accident, moral crashes occur, vehicles that we use on our roads proceed, and we're looking at traffic, which are the movement of vehicles, regulations, which are the laws that I've shown, and responsibility in terms of defensive driving to protect one another on the road. Because on earth, we are to ensure that we move and don't come out and go home either dead or injured. No, and so road safety is very pivotal when it comes to road safety management, and this day has come at the right time. Having said that, let's look at the road safety. We are all gathered here because we have a road safety problem confronting us. And the road safety problem that confronts us is that from January at least to recent year 2020, you can see clearly how many dead, how many injured vehicles that are occurred. Year on year, you can see with our collation that even last year alone, over 14,000 crashes, over 25,000 vehicles involved, over 2,500 lives lost, over 15,000 Ghanaians or road users are nursing injury in the course of last year. Currently, and today is 28 years, so we realize that over 6,000 crashes have been reported to us, involving 11,676 vehicles damaged, 1,250 dead, and 6,967 injured within 5 months of this year, compared to the same period last year. Averagely, you see that beneath the screen, you realize that all these indicators are averagely about 25% increase over the same period last year. This is significant and scary, particularly discussing this within the context of insurance. And as these crashes are as a result of these behaviors that we've been talking about, that road user indiscipline, human error, and it manifests itself in abuses, in road markings and signs, intolerance for speeding, driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Some are fatigued and they are driving and don't talk about it. Some are unlicensed, incompetent drivers. And not those who are licensed persons in the insurance fraternity. When crashes occur and evidence proves such claims are mostly created, and it's a challenge on our roads. Some are underage, and some are disqualified, some are talking on mobile phone. Reckless driving is on the ascendancy. People are inconsiderately and carelessly driving. Some are jaywalking. Others drive without due regard to road laws, and some also, as was talked about, institutional laxity by engineer routine. We see institutional negligence also playing out. And it's in this that every country adopts 4 E's. Currently, it has even gone beyond 4 E's to 5 E's. But whilst others are talking about engineering countermeasure, others are talking about education, and the other day was talking about arrival alive and all that. Others are talking about emergency medical response. Others even talked about economics, so that if you don't have economic muscle to support your interventions above, you cannot. The next, which is what we talked about, is the enactment of rule law enforcement, and that is where police comes in and play a major role. So our enforcement efforts are mandated under a national law. And for us to appreciate how far police have gone, we must run you through the objectives of the traffic law and what the law is all about, so that I want us to enact the law as Parliament does it, for us to know what is the content. That the objective is to ensure that all road users behave appropriately and to maintain law and order, and to ensure that as public places we use them responsibly and in a disciplined manner. This is what guides every country to make rule laws. And Ghana is no exception. So the law, which came in 1952, when we were preparing for independence, which has only been amended recently in 2004, it is pivoted on 4 broad pillars. And these 4 broad pillars are subheaded as construction of vehicle standards, and you see the lawmakers will make regulations on this to ensure that you have safer vehicles on the road. And when the vehicles are constructed per our national standard in the law, then registering it and licensing it are requirements, and Ghana in our law, these are also there. And when the vehicle is constructed and licensed and registered to be used, use of vehicle requirements are those that are incorporated in driver training and the retraining and sensitization and awareness creation for drivers to drive in a very disciplined manner to avoid crashes. And in the road law, there are traffic control. So the traffic control have traffic road signs and markings, and it is also in our road law. And of course, police signal and other things that ensures that things are visible. People are permitted, entities are permitted to direct and control. And then the last bit is the offenses. So in any road law in Ghana, in order to ensure smooth and deterrent enforcement, there's always a need for adjudication. And therefore, when accident, for example, or somebody is arrested for one infraction or the other, he's put before a competent court of adjudication for the court to determine, and when the court determines things that the person has committed an offense, he has a power in the law to impose a fine, term of imprisonment, or both. And so in Ghana, in 1952, when we were preparing, this was conceived, and this was codified. And so we have Ghana Constitution, we have Road Traffic Association, LI 2020, Ghana Airway Code, and then Criminal Procedure and Act, and our SI and 1958, Ghana Insurance Act as amended, which in it has delivered this rule law, named police do enforcement. And so with this law, Ghana thought of to put traffic policing in place. And so traffic police has came in 1952 within the Ghana Police Service. And, and the next slide will show us that traffic police is needed for these things. Why? Because of the increasing in fleets and the fact that the way the traffic is changing, we need to also have traffic policing and the knowledge that is needed to ensure that these are managed and handling accident cases, both serious and fatal, and the fact that there is always a gap between the 4 E's, and therefore traffic police also comes in to compensate for the deficiencies. Is why everywhere in the world, when we have a traffic enforcement strategy, we also have a dedicated traffic enforcement entity within the police service. And so police have been with us in 1952. Something is a hero. Others also have challenges. And so in 1952, when we were preparing for independence, when the law was made, road traffic regulation or the road traffic ordinance 1952 was also conceived and was handed over to police. And the mandate of traffic police has been this: direct and control traffic, to undertake escort service, to enforce the road laws. And to enforce the road laws comes in bits of this that will prevent and detect motor offenses. When we are able to do, are not able to prevent the arrest, we prosecute offenders before court. In doing this, we collaborate with road safety stakeholders, including insurance entities. And we are mandated in Ghana to deliver toll or recovery service. And I know Arita talked about it earlier on, but so far it has not been easy because the country hasn't got the capacity to tow broken down vehicles as I'm speaking. And we also collaborate to educate road users and the general public on security and safety and the use of the road, and respond to crises to assist victims and initiate quick investigation. And insurance entities are the biggest beneficiary when it comes to this service that we deliver post-crash. And so far, this has been our enforcement strategies. That we have a department since, and I've mentioned that since the road law, it has evolved from traffic unit to motor traffic and transport department. We have over in all the 17 police regions we are there, we have a headquarters which is supported by Director General DT, and we have personnel that we train, and when we train, deploy them. We can now we have not more than 2,000 traffic police officers in the country who have been the 17 police regions and all the divisions and stations and other squads deployed to train and direct and control traffic. And we saturate the road environment with riders and traffic officers who mostly you see in either reflective vest on high tunic, whether white or black. And we carry out our enforcement around the clock, particularly rush hour in big cities. And we use evidence gathering equipment to do our work. And the evidence gathering equipment, some are targeted at speeding problems, some are targeted at drink driving problems, some are targeted at loading problems, some are targeted at unsafe use of the road with lights, and some are targeted at behaviors that are in traffic that we need digital cameras that are handheld to ensure that we detect and enforce. And we have other equipment that has come out, roadworthy sticker scanners, and then currently under National Insurance Commission with the enforcement on the MID, we have the rotor sets that helps us to detect whether the person has valid insurance on the vehicle. And we are aware with the star 920 star 57 hash, it will allow you to enter the vehicle number. For us, we have the hands-on device that helps us. And we have trained and issued about 900 to all the 17 police regional entity desks to our officers to partner National Insurance Commission and then the insurance all over to ensure that insurance stickers are appropriately issued. Valid ones are displayed on the right-hand inner corner of the vehicle navigation screen and all that. We also ensure that we are proactive and back on sensitization, partnering National Safety Authority and Arrival Life, Drive Safe, and NIC under the MID, which is ongoing. And we do this by interfacing with people owners and road users on radio, TV, newspaper, and lorry parks, meetings with transport unions is right. Refresher training programs for institutional drivers, riders, among others, are something that we partner to do. And our work details on this sheet, for example, that when accidents occur, we partner to do accident investigation. And so far this year, it's not all that clear, but you see that in all the 17 police regions, about 7,789 crashes have been investigated, and involving 11,676 vehicles and 1,250 dead and 6,967. You see the commercial vehicles involved, private vehicles involved, motorcycles that are involved, and these are things that we share with National Road Safety Authority and even insurance companies. And out of this is why we deliver our post-crash services to insurance companies when clients apply to us by going to pay the 80 Ghana cedis to the Accountant General and bring the receipt. Police is mandated to issue insurance or accident report to the applicant to forward it to the insurance company to look on it to initiate claim processes or remediate, among others. And we go further than that. We arrest, for varying offenses, and we proceed to court. And so far this year, for example, we see that 2,186 road offenders violating either speeding standards, non-roadworthy standard or roadworthy standards, leaving vehicle in dangerous position, not wearing seatbelt, and on phone or deploying unsafe vehicle, among other myriad offenses. Police detect, we investigate, we put offenders before protocol, and so far 1,897 so far put to court. The court has convicted 1,588 road offenders and have put 8 in jail. And currently, 863,055 Ghana cedis have been imposed on these road convicted offenders, and same have to be paid. And we believe that this will go a long way to deter people and ensure that vehicles that, for example, are insured on the road are used in such a manner that crashes will not occur. Of course, with our, we all know that accident comes with this attendant problems, including prosecution and legal problems, social, psychological, and economic problems. And so this day and program has come at the right time, and I hope that it will go a very long way to ensure that people change attitude. Having said that, we have to look at the way forward. Police alone cannot do it. And given our strategy, I said that we deploy, we hold devices to go and stand. It is fraught with so many challenges. So way forward, police is partnering to automate our traffic enforcement efforts. And the law mandates us, and currently stakeholders are working on it to support. The government is trying to procure it for us so that we will be deploying in months ahead integrated traffic enforcement system on our roads. That will make it easier for police to work from back office, many around the clock to detect offenders and to run the system, either the NIC, MID system, the DVA system, the National Identification Authority system, and with the support of National Signal Bureau and GIA, we will be able to know who owns the vehicle on the road, why is the road working on that, why is the insurance on that, why is he running a red light, why is he engaging in excessive speeding. That most of these leads to increase in crashes, and the owner or the driver will forthcoming in real time. It will cut interference. So the way forward that government has adopted and is trying to roll it out again. To do this, reviewing the road traffic regulation, which we have it currently, is a must. And please let's look at it again. That's right. The way forward that it will include looking at how they are reviewing the airline, the ministry, and I mean the transport and the stakeholders. We will look at what functional towing service will define source of funding that Ghana needs, so that we can support police to be able to remove broken down vehicles together, because leading to a lot of crashes. Again, motorcycle use is a problem. I think that while the airline is going to radio, that should be disciplined. And then deterrent penalties. I think the current penalties are there now, and it's not deterrent enough. And finally, strong collaboration as was put strongly forward by Engineer Dontin should be looked at. And I'm not surprised that National Insurance Commission, under the implementation of motor insurance interview, has taken that position and is partnering with motor traffic and transport department currently. And I can attest that over 200 of our traffic police officers across the country have been trained and equipped to enforce on the need for all Ghanaians under the 1958 Insurance Act to ensure that vehicles that we have, consistent with Section 125 of Road Traffic Act, are covered with valid and appropriate insurance. I think in bringing my submission to the close, I think that we move to the next slide and say that road safety is a shared and collective responsibility. Police alone cannot do it. Whilst we tend to lead enforcement without the support from, for example, road safety, the NIC, and Ghana Insurance Association, and all others that are within and without, police cannot do much. And that is why we call on all agencies that have the responsibility to automate their system, to automate it, so police can plug in and move away from institute enforcement where we train and deploy only to stand. And when police is not there, people continue to commit crime and kill people. I think that road safety, as is coming out strongly on this platform, is a shared and collective responsibility. It is, we cannot blame anybody but to blame ourselves. It is action now. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kwame Etuahene. I think we've basically learned quite a bit through your presentation. And like you said, road safety is a shared and collective responsibility. And I think one of the ways forward is making the penalties a bit more punitive, because we've seen instances where people just will go and pay for the funeral or contribute to the funeral, and that's the end of it for the family. So thank you so very much for your presentation. GIA, could you please do the next message? Thank you.
As we mark International Insurance Awareness Day, Star Life Assurance Company Limited, a solid partner for life, would like to remind you of some basic road safety behaviors to reduce carnage and indiscipline on our roads. Observe road and traffic regulations at all times. They ensure safety on our roads. Drive within prescribed speed limits. Overspeeding kills. Wear your seatbelt, whether seated in front or at the back of the car. Avoid distractions and keep your eyes on the road. Do not text and drive. Do not drink and drive or when drowsy. Drinking alcohol and driving increases the risk of a crash. Be extra cautious when driving during bad weather. Wear helmets to reduce the risk of death and injury from a crash. Place children in child restraint to reduce the risk of serious injuries or death. Remember, every life matters. Stay safe and healthy. Ghana needs you alive.
As Vanguard Assurance, we are passionate about the increasing cases of road accidents in the country and its resultant carnage. We invite you to join hands with us to help value and protect life.
Stop parking on the shoulders of the road. Don't stop in the middle of the road. Don't drink and drive.
Don't use your phone while driving. Don't overtake when you notice a valley, hill, or curve. Avoid road rage.
Avoid temptation to race when driving. Keep your vehicle properly maintained. Always check your tires and ensure they are in good shape.
Always wear your seatbelts. Keep your keys in the back seat in layer seatbelts. Keep your windshield clear of obstructions.
When joining a road, be sure of a clear path and the speed of other vehicles. If your screen is cracked and your cover is comprehensive, come for a replacement.
So always remember, every life matters. Help stop the indiscipline and carnage. Vanguard Assurance.
We always stand by you.
Thank you, GIA. At this point, we will move to a critical part of this program. And let me use the opportunity to say that we've been trying to have the ambassador, the Moroccan ambassador, join, but unfortunately, she's had challenges being able to log into the program and hasn't been able to join. And for that matter, we will have the commissioner take up her role as well in launching the campaign. So shall I invite Dr. Justice Yaofori, the Commissioner of Insurance, to please make the submission and launch the campaign, the Indiscipline and Carnage on Our Road Must Stop, and that every life matters. Dr.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mabel. My video is, however, on mute.
Yes, we've been trying to.
Okay, so I'll go ahead without a video, no problem.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. The President and executives of the Ghana Insurance Association, esteemed speakers, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, distinguished participants, good morning. Life has a way of bringing unexpected things our way when least expected. Insurance, therefore, comes in as an essential tool to protect what matters most, thereby providing peace of mind. International Insurance Awareness Day has, as such, been set aside to commemorate the importance of insurance and increase insurance awareness. International Insurance Awareness Day is also an opportunity for individuals and businesses to review their existing insurances and ensure they are proper and adequate. This is particularly important when it comes to motor insurance, which is the largest type of insurance underwritten by insurance companies in Ghana. It is the largest due to a number of factors, including the fact that it is mandated by law and affects the lives and property of third parties and the general public. The spate of road accidents recorded year on year emphasizes the need for adequate insurance cover to protect the car owner, the passengers, and third parties. Indiscipline and reckless driving resulting in road accidents continue to be on the highest causes, continue to be one of the highest causes of injury, damage, or death in Ghana. Recognizing the need to ensure that the interest of the public is protected, the Commission in January last year implemented an electronic motor insurance database software known as the Motor Insurance Database MID. The MID is a central database repository for all motor insurance vehicles issued in Ghana by insurance companies in this country. With the MID, one can easily verify the insurance status of any vehicle and confirm the authenticity of the insurance policy purchased. The MID also ensures that proper underwriting is done and the appropriate premium is hello, did I miss you? Hello?
Yes, yes, Mr. Commissioner, we lost you along the line for about the last minute or so.
Okay, so do I do it again or halfway?
You halfway is fine.
Okay, so
you were talking about the MID at the time.
Okay, so I'll go, yeah. So recognizing the need to ensure that interests of the public is protected, the Commission in January last year implemented an electronic motor insurance database software known as the Motor Insurance Database MID. The MID is a central database repository of all motor vehicle insurance policies issued by insurance companies in Ghana. With the MID, one can easily verify the insurance status of any vehicle and confirm the authenticity of the insurance policy purchased. The MID also ensures that proper underwriting is done and the appropriate premium is charged for the risk, thereby making insurers financially solid in order to pay genuine claims promptly. The gathering of insurers and other stakeholders during this webinar. Today, International Insurance Awareness Day, reflects our dedication to duty, our passion for the roles we play in our respective sectors, and our desire for sanity on our roads. I wish you fruitful deliberations during this webinar, and may the conclusions be most beneficial to the campaign against indiscipline and reckless driving. On that note, I say a big thank you for your attention, and God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Commissioner, Dr. Ofori. We will just quickly do the messages. GIA.
International Insurance Awareness Day
was created to remind everyone
to review their insurance coverage.
There are various insurances for security.
Covering life, recovering from loss due to damage,
illness, or death.
Provide safety,
and over time, the value of the property may appreciate.
So it is necessary to keep up with your policies so as to get the best benefits out of it.
Sometimes your insurance may expire.
So this day will help you
in keeping up with the insurances. This day will help a lot of people
to upgrade their policies
and create new policies for themselves. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Are you a driver? Are you a road user? Please, when you set off on the road, please take extra care. The road carnages must stop. Every life counts. As a driver, when you are on the road, please avoid overtaking and doing the wrong thing. There is no need to rush and take a life. Take your time, wait your turn, observe road safety rules so that we can all leave and come back home safely. And when you are crossing the road, please look left and right.
Hello, my name is Evelyn from Dakum, the head of sales of Quality Insurance Company Limited. Statistics show that indecision, lack of skills, and risk-taking behaviors have been associated with the collision of younger drivers. In contrast, visual, cognitive, and mobility impairments have been associated with the collision of older drivers. For younger drivers, we urge you to be decisive and take less risks whilst driving. For older drivers, it is important to do regular eye tests, pay more attention whilst driving, and ensure you are physically able to drive before taking the steer. As we mark International Insurance Awareness Day, we at Quality Insurance will urge you all to be alert at all times when driving to save lives. Help fight indiscipline and reckless driving on our roads. Every life matters. Visit any of our branches nationwide to buy any of our products. KYC, protection solid as gold.
Thank you, GIC. And finally, we would have Mr. Kwame Tia just to tell us about the sanctions on reckless driving. Mr. Kwame Tia. Meanwhile, whilst we wait for Mr. Etuahine, if you have any questions, please put it in the Q&A chat section, and we'll pick it up during the Q&A sessions.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Etuahine, we can see you. We can hear you.
Okay. So I would like to send you best wishes from the Ministry of Transport, who have asked that we stand in their stead to do this on the occasion of the International Insurance Awareness Day. I also stand on existing protocols as we wish you the best of the day. Our task is essentially to speak to the sanctions on reckless driving on our roads. And to do this, so make some introductory comments, look at the scope of reckless driving, the sanctions regime, and also some comments on the way forward. So the Ministry of Transport, under the leadership of Honorable Kwaku Ofori-Esiama, has a duty, has a goal of trying to establish Ghana as a transportation hub for the West African sub-region. As far as the ministry's mission is concerned, it is expected to provide leadership and guidance for the development of Ghana's transportation system, and ultimately have a vision to create an integrated, modally complementary, cost-effective, safe, secure, sustainable, and seamless transportation system that is responsive to our needs. As far as the core functions of the ministry relative to this conversation is concerned, the ministry is required to formulate policy, undertake nationwide planning, development, and implementation of data-led programs, establish standards and methods of training, testing drivers, and also driver instructors, issue license, inspect, test, and register motor vehicles, and regulate the commercial transport industry. This it does through a number of its key or core agencies. So you have the National Road Safety Authority, which is established to develop, promote, coordinate, and regulate road safety related activities. You have the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, which is also established to promote good driving standards and ensure use of roadworthy vehicles on our roads. The ministry has two transport companies, Metro Mass and Intercity, one set up to provide municipal or intra-city operations, and the other to provide a safer, convenient, reliable intercity transport services. So they set the policy and also provide leadership in terms of how these operational issues should be addressed. To the question of reckless driving, I think within the Ghanaian context, when you look at our laws at present, our laws refer to reckless driving as careless and inconsiderate driving. As a matter of fact, it is one of three major offenses under our law. The other two being dangerous driving and driving under the influence of alcohol. So what does the law say about reckless driving? The law is very clear. It indicates that a person drives recklessly, as it were, or a person will be in breach of the rules or laws on careless and inconsiderate driving if that person drives without due care and attention or without reasonable consideration for other road users. So without due care and attention and without reasonable consideration for other persons. Essentially, there could be a number of, in fact, there could be an exhaustive list of misconducts or acts that may fall within this purview. Pictorially, you want to look at these daily occurrences within the road environment. Talking on the phone, a lot more young women taking to makeup whilst on the road, others snacking, eating, and in heavy built-up traffic periods, others opting to use areas not meant for road use. So what have the courts said? Beyond the law, the statement of the law in the Road Traffic Act, the courts have been kind to give guidance as to what conducts come within the scope of these offense. And as I indicated a slide or two back, you want to look at this offense within two perspectives, two pillars. The first being driving inattentively and the other driving inconsiderately. So driving inattentively by a number of court decisions, making up in traffic as I showed, using the phone while driving, eating and snacking, having destructive conversations while driving. In some instances, the courts have found the need to even punish drivers for attending to their radios and other communication devices in the vehicle to the extent that they expose other road users to danger. On the other hand, the courts have indicated that when you reverse without having regard to traffic behind you, you are being inconsiderate to other road users. Those who take to tailgating, inappropriately driving very close to other vehicles, causing panic to other road users due to wrong signals. So the guy takes to a right signal, but he moves to the left. It is considered inconsiderate. When you overtake but fail to pay attention to oncoming vehicles to the point of creating a bit of apprehension on their part, if you flash your lights to force other drivers in front to give way, driving with undipped headlights and unnecessarily slowing down or braking without good cause. So these are just some guideposts, but the list could be very exhaustive in that if any decision you take in traffic is considered disrespectful to the other road user, being another driver, a pedestrian, or essentially anybody in traffic. The road is not meant for just a driver, but all the other players who come into the road must be able to access it without too much apprehension. So if the conduct and the way you drive creates these sort of conditions for other road users, that within the contemplation of the law, you'll be guilty of the offense of inconsiderate driving. What is a test of culpability? Assuming my friend Obeng and co were to take the next step to prosecute the other person. Essentially, your driving should have created inconvenience for other road users. And the testimony of the other road user is enough. All he needs to show is that as a result of your poor driving habits or your poor driving choices, you got him in a state of apprehension. It doesn't matter whether there was injury, death, damage to property. Collision should not exist. The fact that there is fear and panic as a result of your driving habit or decisions, one is likely to come under the hammer of this offense. What is the sanction regime? Unfortunately, even though these choices, as unfortunate reservedly, may lead to very severe consequences that may lead to insurance claims and their likes, the law provides for just about two consequences, which is that if you deny others the opportunity to use the road, for instance, driving on the shoulders of the road, pedestrian crossing points, you pay a penalty of up to 200 units or 40 months imprisonment or both. You notice that a penalty point translates into 12 cedis, and 200 penalty points will be about 2,400 Ghana cedis. That is the maximum any court, however intended, can impose on an offense considered major under our laws. It must be worth noting that until the laws were amended in 2007, I believe, 2007-8, the original intention of Parliament when the Road Traffic Act was passed in 2004 was to impose a penalty of 2,000 units, which would have translated into 24,000 Ghana cedis or an imprisonment of 5 years. And out of public agitation, at some point, there was the need for the state to consider a review. And in doing so, we succeeded in diluting the effect of the sanctions by almost 90%. So we took down 90% and retained 10%. So part of the discussion, when I listened to my friend Obeng from the MTTD, he raises the issue about the deterrent effect of the penalty regimes. Maybe we must begin to go back to reflect on what we did a couple of years ago to see whether we can revisit that conversation. But that's where we stand today on the part of the law. 200 penalty units, not more than 2,400 Ghana cedis, or 40 months imprisonment, or both. In the road traffic regulations, however, we have been very creative to say that if you are found culpable of this offense, the court may order for your retraining and retesting. Retraining and retesting. So together with the other major offenses, careless, inconsiderate driving may occasion an order of the court to be retrained and retested. I must say, however, that this part of the law has not seen sufficient light, either on account that the judiciary that is expected to make this order have not apprised their mind to it, or state institutions have not taken advantage of it. And I would expect that as part of this discussion to reflect on the sanctions regime, maybe we may begin to highlight these parts of the law and think about how we can work together to build capacity of judges or the bench to provide assistance in that regard. On the way forward, the ministry is leading the charge to review Act 683, which has been in force since 2004, and LI 2180, which has also been around since 2012. We appear to observe that certain issues have emerged. There are quite a number of standard issues that are outstanding, which must be looked at. For instance, we are looking at the limit for alcohol, whether it should be reviewed from the current 0.08 ml, define standards for helmet use, seatbelt, and other related matters, so that we can align our laws with international best practice. That process is currently ongoing. The National Road Safety Authority, about 2 years ago, a commission, now an authority. Essentially, what has changed is that in addition to its advocacy mandate, it is now required to regulate the road transport and road safety subsector. By that, it is expected to hold institutions accountable to road safety standards. And within the context of this discussion, it is currently developing regulations which would allow for the licensing of all commercial transport operators and also registration of all transport departments and units. What this means is that as a result of that process, we could use institutional control to put a check on drivers that come under the control of these institutions. Maybe through their internal controls, we can begin to keep a hold on these incidents of reckless driving on our roads. The Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, under the guidance or leadership of the ministry, is also taking to a number of actions to improve its processes, involving driver training, which is very critical. As we have seen all morning, the attitude of the driver is extremely important if we were to deal with indiscipline. How they acquire licenses, automate their data so that the police may be able to feed in insurance to allow for almost immediate apprehension in real time, and also sanctions. All of that is happening with a view to improve the quality of drivers on our roads. The National Road Safety Authority, on the other hand, as indicated earlier, is implementing an Arrive Alive campaign. The focus is to endanger some behavioral change to minimize the risk and effect of reckless driving on our roads. As indicated by the police, we are working together, the ministry working together with the police to implement the ongoing automation project. You'll notice that part of the loss is that the police should be able to apprehend and issue tickets on the spot. Even though it's been pending for some time, this process is so critical to make that implementation possible, and working very closely with them to have that come on stream within the next few months or so. I think my friend from the police may be able to address the question of timelines. In conclusion, we think that it is not a responsibility that could be taken care of by just one institution. That's why the ministry is happy that the National Insurance Commission, together with the Insurance Association, have taken interest beyond paying premiums and ensuring that vehicles are well insured to join the crusade on indiscipline. It is our expectation that if we work together, work in collaboration, we can work to improve our laws, improve our processes, improve the subculture, strengthen our sanctions regime where necessary, so that we can have an improved road safety profile, a national road safety profile. We want to agree with you that every life matters, and the next could be you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Etuahine. And we look forward to working together with you on this campaign. We will go straight to the final, well, not the final, but the critical part of today's program, which is launching the campaign. And I'd like to call on the Commissioner of Insurance, Mr. Dr. Justice Ofori, to please do us the honors in launching our campaign in stopping the carnage on our roads. Every life matters.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to launch this program. Listening to the comments and the deliveries from the various speakers, it tells us we have a lot to do. Now, this morning before coming to work, I heard on the news that there was an accident somewhere in Sawam where a 14-year-old lost his life. The mother was also involved in the accident, and she is actually in critical condition as we speak. When I looked at the theme for this conference, the carnage and indiscipline on our roads must stop. Every life matters. I was so moved because it's so touching. We all users of the roads, and if we have decided to do something about it, I think it's the right thing to do. For that matter, I would like to commend the GIA leadership for coming up with this theme and placing on them a solemn responsibility to actually push this agenda forward. We also have to look at the way we actually do things as insurance practitioners. We would have to look at the way we rate policies. As we speak, we use records of vehicles involved in an accident to decide on, to make an underwriting decision. Maybe we'll have to look at rating driver experiences, because the driver who drives the vehicle, when we give discount for no claim discount, we let go the driver. And this same driver can go drive another vehicle. So we need to come together and probably come up with a claims software to link up with the MID, where we probably have to look at truck drivers and their performances so that even when they move from one vehicle to the other, we can actually rate them accordingly. We also realize that our work entails working with other bodies, the engineers, we heard from the police, road safety. We need to work together. And this calls for us to have a synchronized system, the MID and the DVLA system together, so we can actually make sure that the vehicles that we insure are very legitimate in the system. We are seeing multiple vehicles with the same license plate from the MID. This calls for some further investigation, but I believe that as time goes on, if we have some meeting of the minds and synchronize the system, insurers will be able to verify the legal status of vehicles before even insure them. It's good for national security. We would also have to look at the way we road construction, some of the ramps we have on our streets. We have illegal ramps. So as we insurers are doing our part, we ask the police to also look at some of these illegal ramps. And sometimes the legal ones too don't have warnings indicators. And you cannot actually identify them from afar. So as we speak, we talk about the fault from drivers. Let's also make sure that we also improve upon the tools that we have to make our roads very safe. The Commission is always ready to work with the Ghana Insurance Association and all other entities. And for that matter, we are very happy that the GIA has taken up this agenda. We will be more than happy to support any other steps they want to take. On that note, without talking much, I would like to formally launch the GIA's agenda to get rid of the carnage and indiscipline on our roads. On that note, I say it is formally launched. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And on that note, this campaign is formally launched, and we have quite a number of activities to follow suit over the period to bring awareness and also to bring people's attention to what we want to achieve. Thank you very much, Mr. Commissioner. GIA, you can go ahead. GIA.
Cause I be on a beat.
Bro, what have you done?
Oh, bro, I'll be very sorry.
Oh, bro, sorry won't bring me back.
Bro, I'll be sorry. Mama will say me I get down food with all this happen.
Bro, we should have watched the road.
I'm very, very sorry, bro.
Right now, I'm the only child of my parents. They are all depending on me. Why are you doing this? Oh, bro. You waste my life. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Ghana Road Traffic Regulations in 2012 banned the use of mobile phones while driving. Mobile phones usage is one of the causes of death on our roads. We at Priority Insurance urge road users to respect the road traffic regulations. Don't text while driving. On behalf of the board, executive management and our entire staff, Priority Insurance Company Limited would love to wish you all a happy International Insurance Awareness Day.
Good day, I'm Emmanuel Kosei Japan, MD of Best Assurance. It is sad the number of lives lost on our roads. These are productive lives cut short through careless driving. On International Insurance Day, let's work to stop the bloodshed on our road. Remember, we provide insurance, but you are responsible for your life. Drive safe, protect yourself and others. Remember, if you drink, don't drive. If you drive, don't drink. Thank you.
Best Assurance Company Limited. Your protection is assured.
My name is William Kwashi, Operations Manager for Vanguard Life Assurance Limited. As drivers, remember that every life matters. And so when you drive, make sure you drive safely to your destination. As passengers, before you board any bus, remember to take a life assurance policy so that in the case of any eventuality, the policy can cater for your injury or your disability. And even for death, your dependents can also be catered for. Thank you very much.
This is our message from Saham Life, our campaign against the carnage on the road. International Insurance Awareness Day. The indiscipline and reckless driving. We must stop it because every life matters. We need to tell ourselves that in the past we have been so much indisciplined and reckless on the road, and therefore that must stop because we are all road users, and the road is our only means of commuting. So please join hands with us to tell your friends and your friends telling their friends and their friends and neighbors and family members that all these lives that we are losing, we need not lose them because we are reckless on the road. Please make sure that every life matters and so many people should not be affected. Saham Life, we are saying indiscipline and recklessness is a thing of the past. Saham Life, we believe in tomorrow.
Thank you very much, GIA. I think this brings us to the question and answers. I currently have only 2 questions. The first one goes to Engineer David Osafo-Adoteng, and the question is that data and statistics on motorcycle accidents, number, regional distributions, etc., had been difficult to access, and sometimes you have to pick the pieces from various places. Would it not be possible if all data and statistics on motorcycles and vehicles is harmonized so it becomes easily accessible to stakeholders? And this is coming from Frank Irinchi from the Center for Road Safety and Accountability Africa. So that's for Engineer David Osafo-Adoteng. If you could give us an answer for that.
Yes, thank you for, I think the questioner, it's a bit surprising somehow, because as far as we are concerned, statistics on road crashes are always available in the dailies, on in various sources that you can access. For example, the police, in particular the MTTD, anytime they release the statistics, they have to publish it in the dailies. Again, every Ghanaian has the right and the opportunity to come forth with a request at any point in time. I think that what we have not done very strongly is using the electronic media, social media for that matter, or even websites for people to access the information very quickly. That is what we are working on. We are working very strongly with the police to automate all our operations. As I speak to you, we are building a very strong and vibrant website for Road Safety in particular. The police is also automating a system. The DVLA is now also automating a system. We are all together working with NITA and the Ministry of Communication and Digitalization, and then the Ministry of Information, to see how we can integrate our various systems in a manner that people can get access to our information so easily and quickly. And so in the very near future, I think this issue is going to be addressed. But in the meantime, people can always walk in to any of our offices across the country. You can also walk into the MTTD offices, 17 offices across, regional offices, and all their branches across the country. You can also write officially to any of us, and information will be provided. We work with the Building and Road Research Institute as well. So BRRI also has the information to give out at any point in time when it's needed. So I think I will encourage everybody to, for now, come forth to our offices everywhere, go to the police, write to us, request for any information that you need as far as crashes are concerned. You should also be looking out for this information in the dailies, the Daily Graphic, the Ghanaian Times, and all the national papers publish this information every month, and then we accumulate it quarterly and annually. That is the position for now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tuahine. The next question goes to SP Alexander Kwikuobeng. And the question is, are there any challenges in ensuring that motor riders wear crash helmets and that motor riders do not cross red lights? Why has it become so difficult to enforce road traffic regulations in Ghana?
Right. Thank you very much. I think first of all, we all agree that of every crash, let's say 100, about 90 are always attributable to human behavior. Therefore, it is right that we put in measures to check human behavior so that they don't go overboard. And that's why enforcement is always critical in matters that we are discussing. And you recall I said, between January and, for example, May this year, for example, of the 1,897 that have been put before motor courts across the country. Issues on motorcycle are involved, including non-wearing of helmets. And on my data currently, about 993 persons have been arrested and put before court. This is slightly above that of last year. The challenge, first of all of us are confronted with the general indiscipline among road users, particularly those on motorcycles, i.e. the rider and then the passenger behind, otherwise called the pillion rider. That non-compliance regarding Regulation 120 of the LI and then the Section 13 of Road Traffic Act 683 that mandates all occupants of motorcycles to, first of all, put on protective clothing, i.e. crash helmet, elbow cap, kneecap, and all that, of which many non-compliance has been a challenge. The other issue has to do with if there is no self-compliance, then the mandated traffic enforcer is required to ensure that those persons are forthcoming and then look out, arrest, and all that. The enforcement on motorcycle is always difficult everywhere. And evidence we have shown so far through the media, particularly on Seth Kwame Boateng's groundbreaking documentary termed Crashed, showed clearly that the question that we are trying to respond to is rightly put. And you realize that in the video or the documentary, of which you provided most of that for them, is that motorcycle riders, both those who are using them for dispatch and those who are using them to carry persons, some don't comply. And then when they get to junctions, they don't even slow down, let alone comply with red light and then amber light. And it's a challenge. Sometimes we adopt suits as a way, because one-on-one motorcycle enforcement has been very difficult. There are instances that even the enforcer may even increase the risk of the person on board getting crashed because of how mobile, accessible, and cute, and how easy to move these motorcycles are. So it has been a challenge for us when it comes to, and that's why everywhere in the world, regarding motorcycle, the first way or point of dealing with it is self-compliance before you even look on the traffic enforcer, because it is such that it can be used in a way. Again, in Ghana, the reason why this has been difficult is that we have been using institute enforcement strategy. When you say institute enforcement strategy, is that trained police officers put clothes on them and let them go and stand with their eyes and hands. That has not worked and it will never work. And that's why in our lifetime, advocacy and goodwill on the part of the state and therefore the government is procuring traffic automation system for us, which will make it easy for those who own motorcycle to use it to responsibly or get detected in terms of the violation being committed. So that police will have the capacity not only through the eye, which does not help us, but the eyes of the lens of the cameras, so that we will know who owns that motorcycle. And then, after that offense has been committed, evidence in real time will be issued as traffic notice for motorcycle owners who are in their homes to be slapped with offenses and for them to be forthcoming. I think the country has lagged behind, and the gap is what we are feeling now, that people think the roads are free, enforcement of motorcycles is difficult, and therefore people are misbehaving, not stopping as amber or red light or the stop line, and either endangering the lives of responsible other road users or themselves, and more mayhem. And no wonder the period and the discussion, January to May this year, of the 1,250 that have died, though motorcycles are fewer when it comes to vehicles, it has killed about, on my data, 538 out of the 1,250. And so we know, for us, until we're able to have the system that will help us to detect and impose fines, to deter and impose a little fear and restraint among motorcyclists. We will continue to support those cities program to sensitize, publicize, educate, and we will sustain our lookout, including SUPs. And we hope that with this, we'll be able to manage it as we go along. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, SP. Very much appreciated. At this point, we have Charles Danso from a taxi drivers union who has a comment to make. Charles Danso. Hi, Charles, are you there?
Please, I think he's not off, so we can move on.
Okay, thank you very much. On that note, GIA, you had a video to show, or can we go ahead and bring this?
Hello. My name is Ato Ewusi Wilson, Managing Director of Provident Insurance Company Limited. As you are aware, road accidents have taken the precious lives of many Ghanaians, and many properties have been destroyed. Life expectations have been cut short, and many hopes dashed. On this occasion of International Insurance Awareness Day, I wish to encourage motorists to ensure regular maintenance of their vehicles and exercise due care and attention on the road. Every life matters. Drivers, passengers, pedestrians, let us be each other's safety keeper on the road. Ghana needs all of us. Drive safely, stay safe. Above all, also buy insurance.
I am Ernestina, Head Technical Non-Life of Ghana Insurance Association, GIA. GIA is the Association of all licensed insurance and reinsurance companies in Ghana. 28 June 2021 marks the celebration of International Insurance Awareness Day, and GIA is concerned about the staggering statistics of death and severe injuries on our roads due to reckless driving and indiscipline. We at GIA are committed to safety on our roads and are introducing a campaign on the theme, "The carnage on our roads must stop. Every life matters, and it begins with you." Help fight against indiscipline and reckless driving on our roads. GIA, a responsive and strong association. Thank you.
It reminds me of my best friend Kwame, who lost his life soon after graduation from the university.
It reminds me of my brother-in-law
who sustained severe head injuries while riding his motorbike without a helmet.
It reminds me of my 5-year-old neighbor who came back from school one day to the sad news of the death of both parents who ran their vehicle into a stationary fuel tanker.
It reminds me of the physically challenged woman, Auntie Amma, who together with her 2 children lost their lives because the driver was texting.
So remember, a first ride could be your last ride. Together, let's keep our roads safe. GUA!
We care!
GUA!
We care!
GUA!
Saving a life each day at a time.
Thank you very much, GIA. It's been exactly 2.5 hours since we came together for this program. And I would like to say a very big thank you to all the panelists, which included Mr. Victor Obingedia, Ms. Aretha Duku, Engineer David Osafo Adontain, SP Alexander Kweku Boateng, Mr. Kwame Kodua Etuahene, and Dr. Justice Yao Ofori. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for making the time, for preparing your presentations, and for having the time to be with us this afternoon. We cannot stress enough the importance of this campaign, and we pray that we will be able to collaborate. Like we've all said, this is a campaign of partnerships. We'll collaborate with all the various stakeholders to be able to bring some meaning to this campaign and to really see results on our roads, not just because we will just do adverts or sit here for 2 hours and talk about it, but what we want to see at the end of the day is that this campaign has yielded some results and we're seeing less indiscipline on our roads. Thank you so much to the various member MDs who are on this and made the time to join us, and to the whole industry as well. And above all, would like to say a huge thank you to God for, even though we didn't meet in person, but for giving us a very sunny, bright day and bringing us together this morning. Once again, would like to say thank you from the GIA and thank you from the President and the Insurance Association and the Commission. Thank you very much. That brings us to the end of this program, and we'll see you again soon with the various activities of our program. Thank you. Mr. Kwabason, do you have anything to say?
Yes, please. Mr. Charles Danso is online now, so I don't know if it's too late or he can go ahead and then.
Well, I think we still have a few people on, so you can go ahead.
Yeah, Medindi Charles Danso, Chairman Magana Committed Drivers Association. In fact, yeah, so late on the discussion, but Kakra yeah can say the carnage on our rules, how are tackle no. In fact, we are being wrong. Ninyana say oshe akwanhia ACC no it's still highways, that's long journeys, but all the enforcement, law enforcement agencies, within the cities. Within the cities. Say driver Bonnie, it took car no the call highway no kurana, say, or you free, you'll be a new or check. No bedru ekwan mukura na bia na police fo gina ho a eno no bia na wagina na wasia ko hu officer bi na che se wasan ato aso ye check wom se na ye check cities no intino ye best suggest say nka omma attention no enko the highways no bia akwanhia ni sisi no na afi nso no wo hwe akwanhia sisi no a esisi anadwo ene ahomaache on the highways. 80, the answer is suggestive BM say, Oko Regulation 186 of the Road Act, no, a cancer or minor rest stops, any idea. Road safety for education, be say, we shouldn't drive tired. If a driver not a bra, I have an oko parking. It's a ensembly as I say, I was a you to me share ye mum. Never quite ever fast wa, you bet to me. I did mana I saw Nina, a quenchiano so above from Kakram Pesa Mecano.
That's it, Mr. Dan. So thank you so very much. Mr. Kwabeson, that will bring us to the end. Right?
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. And we wish you a great afternoon and great day as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I am Ernestina, Head Technical Non-Life of Ghana Insurance Association, GIA. GIA is the Association of all licensed insurance and reinsurance companies in Ghana. 28 June 2021 marks the celebration of International Insurance Awareness Day, and GIA is concerned about the staggering statistics of death and severe injuries on our roads due to reckless driving and indiscipline. We at GIA are committed to safety on our roads and are introducing a campaign on the theme, "The carnage on our roads must stop. Every life matters, and it begins with you." Help fight against indiscipline and reckless driving on our roads. GIA, a responsive and strong association. Thank you.
And Regulation 193 of the Road Act, and also can say, will be driver careless and reckless a year. The woman sentencing into training, into law, also come. Give it to me.
Yeah. I'm running, you know, because I'm running, police is not money still. Hello. Yes, madam.
It reminds me of my brother-in-law who sustained severe head injuries while riding his motorbike without a helmet.
It reminds me of my 5-year-old neighbor who came back from school one day to the sad news of the death of both parents who ran their vehicle into a stationary fuel tanker.
It reminds me of the physically challenged woman, Auntie Amma, who together with her 2 children lost their lives because the driver was texting.
So remember, a first ride could be your last ride. Together, let's keep our roads safe. GUA!
We care!
GUA!
We care!
GUA!
Saving a life each day at a time.
Hello, I'm Gifty Usuada, Head of Marketing for Unique Insurance Company Limited. Let's talk about the carnage on our roads for a minute. Have you wondered how life would be if struck with a disaster leading to a disability or death as a result of a road accident? Has it occurred to you, just for once, that road accident will maim you for life? I'm sending shivers down your spine with these thought-provoking questions, eh? Don't fall a prey to any form of a vehicular accident. Neither subject your fellow road user into such a predicament. Let us all be disciplined when using the road, either as a driver, a passenger, or a pedestrian. You wouldn't wish that for yourself. Why put another road user into that state through your recklessness, negligence, or indiscipline. Safety on our roads is possible, and it starts with you. Thank you.
Hi, I am Osman Abudu, Assistant General Manager Technical at Enterprise Insurance. We are the oldest insurance company in Ghana, established in 1924, and a lead provider of non-life insurance solutions. The theme for this year's International Insurance Awareness Day is "The carnage and indiscipline on our roads must stop. Every life matters." This is very telling, in that in the year 2020 alone, it is said that Ghana recorded over 2,000 fatalities and over 12,000 injury cases as a result of road accidents alone. We at Enterprise Insurance are very concerned about this, and we will want to use this opportunity to entreat everyone using our roads to adhere to road safety measures and stay focused, for every life matters. We are committed to road safety and the support of accident victims. As a token of our commitment, we have donated mobility aid such as wheelchairs, Zimmer frames, and clutches to road accident victims as part of our corporate social responsibility activities for the last month. Remember, every life matters. The carnage and indiscipline on our roads must stop. Stay safe.
Hello, I'm Pamela Boateng, a Public Relations Officer from the Corporate Services Department of SIC Life. When you're young, healthy, and full of life, it is easy to think it won't happen to me. But life is uncertain and has a way of throwing many unexpected things at you, even when you least expect them. In order to be fully prepared for those unannounced turn of events, it is important to understand the indispensable role insurance plays in our lives. What better day to evaluate your insurance needs than International Insurance Awareness Day, most especially at a time where data from the Motor and Traffic Transport Department, MTTD, estimates that there's been a total of 4,009 accidents and 771 deaths only in the first quarter of 2021. Now that is alarming. Therefore, the theme for this year's celebration, "The carnage and indiscipline on our roads must stop. Every life matters," comes in well timed. International Insurance Awareness Day has been created to encourage us to reflect on our insurance plans and learn about the different policies that are available. Life insurance serves as a financial pillar and security, and also ensures that your dear ones are taken care of if something untoward happens to you. Need we say that if it is worth insuring a vehicle against future eventualities, then the life involved is even more important. We at SIC Life have over the years provided our cherished customers a wide range of life insurance policies such as Group Security Plan, Ultimate Life Plan, amongst others, to cover personal accident. We also offer numerous tailor-made insurance policies to meet and satisfy your needs. We are indeed your true friend for life. As SIC Life joins the world to mark this memorable day, I would like to call on all stakeholders, especially road users, to be vigilant and observe all the road regulations to the letter to reduce the rate of road carnage to the barest minimum. Road carnage must stop now, and it will take the efforts of you and I. Every life matters. On behalf of the board, management, entire staff, and sales executives at SIC Life, I would like to wish everyone a happy International Insurance Awareness Day. SIC Life, absolute peace of mind.
Good day. I'm Emmanuel Kose Japan, MD of Best Assurance. It is sad the number of lives lost on our roads. These are productive lives cut short through careless driving. On International Insurance Day, let's work to stop the bloodshed on our road. Remember, we provide insurance, but you are responsible for your life. Drive safe, protect yourself and others. Remember, if you drink, don't drive. If you drive, don't drink. Thank you.
Best Assurance Company Limited. Your protection is assured.
I'm Norenda Wadia Deborah, General Manager, Operations for NCR Insurance. Records show that human error is a major contributor to road accidents in Ghana. One of the human error is overspeeding. Drivers should know that once they are behind their steering wheels, the lives of their passengers are in their hands and their lives matter. Driving within speed limits means keeping your passengers safe. Overspeeding means putting the lives of your passengers in danger. Overspeeding kills. Kill overspeeding. Arrive alive and let's save lives. Let's build Ghana together. Thank you.
My name is Dr. Aaron Isanafore, Chief Executive Officer of Quality Life Assurance Company Limited. Fellow Ghanaians, statistics available indicates that death arising out of accidents in Ghana in the past 2 years is higher than COVID-19. This is as a result of drink driving, sleep driving, talking on phone while driving, sending messages and WhatsApp while driving. My brothers and sisters, Ghana needs you. Every life counts. Stay safe. At QLAC, we inspire trust. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Anna Maria from Dunwall Insurance Company Limited. As a driver, you are not only responsible for yourself, but your passengers as well as pedestrians. A 30-second wait for the next driver can save you a week at the repair shop. Do not drive tired. Do not drive drunk. Drive safe, drive responsibly. Stay alive with Dunwall. And remember, if it must be done, it must be done well.
As we mark International Insurance Awareness Day, Star Life Assurance Company Limited, your solid partner for life, would like to remind you of some basic road safety behaviors to reduce carnage and indiscipline on our roads. Observe road and traffic regulations at all times. They ensure safety on our roads. Drive within prescribed speed limit. Overspeeding kills. Wear your seatbelt, whether seated in front or at the back of the car. Avoid distractions and keep your eyes on the road. Do not text and drive. Do not drink and drive or when drowsy. Drinking alcohol and driving increases the risk of a crash. Be extra cautious when driving during bad weather. Wear helmet to reduce the risk of death and injury from a crash. Place children in child restraint to reduce the risk of serious injuries or death. Remember, every life matters. Stay safe and healthy. Ghana needs you alive.
Hello, my name is Evelyn from Foma Dakun, the head of sales of Quality Insurance Company Limited. Statistics show that indecision, lack of skills, and risk-taking behaviors have been associated with the collision of younger drivers. In contrast, visual, cognitive, and mobility impairments have been associated with the collision of older drivers. For younger drivers, we urge you to be decisive and take less risks whilst driving. For older drivers, it is important to do regular eye tests, pay more attention whilst driving, and ensure you are physically able to drive before taking the steer. As we mark International Insurance Awareness Day, we at Quality Insurance will urge you all to be alert at all times when driving to save lives. Help fight indiscipline and reckless driving on our roads. Every life matters. Visit any of our branches nationwide to buy any of our products. KYC, protection solid as gold.
My name is Ernest Frimpong, Managing Director of Loyalty Insurance Company Limited. As we celebrate International Insurance Awareness Day, I would like to add my voice to the hundreds of people who want to see an end to indiscipline and carnage on our roads. I am so much concerned about the non-adherence to road traffic regulations, and I'm particularly concerned about the conduct of commercial drivers, truck drivers, as well as motor riders. We have to know that the enforcement of road traffic regulations is the only way out, because you will see drivers driving without due regard to other needs on the road. You will see even motor riders riding without crash helmets and jumping red lights. This must stop. And I want to urge the law enforcement agencies, the police working in collaboration with the National Road Safety Commission, to actually enforce the law. And I know that the insurance industry will support in this effort. With a strong enforcement regime and attitudinal change, coupled with the public awareness programs, we will surely succeed. Thank you very much.
As Vanguard Assurance, we are passionate about the increasing cases of road accidents in the country and its resultant carnage. We invite you to join hands with us to help value and protect life.
Stop parking on the shoulders of the road. Don't stop in the middle of the road. Don't drink and drive.
Don't use your phone while driving. Don't overtake when you notice a valley, hill, or curve. Avoid road rage.
Avoid temptation to race when driving. Keep your vehicle properly maintained. Always check your tires and ensure they are in good shape.
Always wear your seatbelts. Keep your keys in the back seat in the rear seatbelts. Keep your windshield clear of obstructions.
When joining a road, be sure of a clear path and the speed of other vehicles. If your screen is cracked and your cover is comprehensive, come for a replacement.
So always remember, every life matters. Help stop the indiscipline and carnage. Vanguard Assurance.
We always stand by you.
Hi, my name is Mike Adumako, a manager at Star Assurance Company Limited. Star Assurance is a proud member of the Ghana Insurers Association. 28th June 2021 is the International Insurance Awareness Day. The theme for the Ghanaian celebration is "The carnage on our roads must stop." For the past 36 years, Star Assurance has partnered with numerous stakeholders, notably the GPRTU, to help educate the public on the need to avoid drink driving and also to reduce speed on our roads. We entreat all drivers to be cautious and to be responsible when driving their motor vehicles. We welcome you to Star Assurance, your solid partner, as we cover all your motor risks, your assets, your earnings, and your liabilities. Let's be safe. Star Assurance, a solid partner. Thank you.
Life is a gift, and each of us have one chance to live it to the fullest. When we leave our homes to go about our daily activities, we all hope to get back safely. In recent times, there's been an increase in road accidents due to indiscipline. Let's all get on board in the fight against indiscipline on our roads. Ensure your car is regularly maintained. Don't leave broken down vehicles in the middle of the road. Don't stop at unauthorized places, putting your life and those of others in danger. Don't drink and drive, and don't drive tired. Most importantly, don't overspeed. Speed thrills, but kills. Ghana needs you alive. Be an obedient driver. drive safely, and be an agent of safe change on our roads. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Jonah, Marketing Manager for GIA Insurance Company Limited. As we mark the International Insurance Awareness Day for 2021, we at GIA Insurance Company would admonish every road user to be mindful of these three things. The faster you drive, the less control you have over your vehicle. Your safety is important to your family and your community. Patience pays. The carnage on our roads must stop because every life matters. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today is International Insurance Awareness Day. Are you a driver? Are you a road user? Please, when you set out on the road, please take extra care. The road carnages must stop. Every life counts. As a driver, when you are on the road, please avoid overtaking and doing the wrong thing. There is no need to rush and take a life. Take your time, wait your turn, observe road safety rules so that we can all leave and come back home safely. And when you are crossing the road, please look left and look right.
Certain unlawful road practices must stop now. We need everyone alive. Don't drink and drive. Do not smoke as you drive, and always remember not to use the shoulders of the road. Stay safe and take care of yourself.
Hi, my name is George Apia, the Chief Operations Officer at Bedrock Insurance Company Limited. As we celebrate International Insurance Awareness Day, from all of us at Bedrock, we will have one question for you. And the question is this: how do you feel when you hear about the carnage on our roads? Have you for a minute thought of what you can do to reduce this carnage? Join us and the entire insurance fraternity as we make an effort to kick out the indiscipline and recklessness on our roads. Let's make the road a safer place for all of us so we can enjoy and share in the prosperity of motherland Ghana. At Bedrock Insurance, we protect the things we truly value, and we look forward to seeing you alive so we can do business. And remember, 28th of June is International Insurance Awareness Month. Let's keep the road safe and we will all be happy with it. Thank you.
Cause I be on the beat.
Bro, what have you done?
Oh, bro, I'll be very sorry.
Oh, bro, sorry won't bring me back.
Bro, I'll be sorry. Mama will send me I get food with all this happen.
Bro, you should have watched the road.
I'm very, very sorry, bro.
Right now, I'm the only child of my parents. They are all depending on me. Why are you doing this? Oh, bro, you waste my life. Oh,
I'm sorry.
Ghana Road Traffic Regulations in 2012 banned the use of mobile phones while driving. Mobile phones usage is one of the causes of death on our roads. We at Priority Insurance urge road users to respect the road traffic regulations. Don't text while driving. On behalf of the board, executive management and our entire staff, Priority Insurance Company Limited would love to wish you all a happy International Insurance Awareness Day.
Hi, I'm Kakweto Fonya, the CEO of Star Life Insurance Company, your solid partner for life. It's often said that had I known is always at last. Life certainly doesn't give us any warnings to allow us to prepare for any misfortune. Death, critical illness, loss of jobs, and more, especially in these challenging times, can have devastating effects on the family unit and society at large. This should not be happening in this day and age, not at all. It's also easy to fall into a trap of thinking that you're so young and have more time to plan. Time waits for no one. It's never too early to start by taking a life insurance policy today. Insurance is a key financial tool that is often neglected and misunderstood. But the benefits, however, are numerous and very far-reaching. It provides you or your living beneficiaries with cash when you most need it. Buying life insurance is therefore a very wise decision to make. Sign on to a life insurance policy now. It's much easier and convenient and very quick. You can even do this from the comfort of your home in this day and age because of digitization. There are products to secure you against critical illness, such as cancer, strokes are very common nowadays, disability, death, and much more. These are all products that you can actually find with Star Life as well. You also have the opportunity to plan for your future with our life insurance products, such as with the personal pension plan and our Wealth Master Plus plan. With those ones, you can definitely save for the future. At Star Life Insurance, we pride ourselves on being very customer focused by providing not just life insurance products, but life insurance solutions, and we have unparalleled claim payments. Life insurance is not just a product for us, it is a way of life that ensures that the good times will always stay good, and the bad times you have us to follow. We ensure that your sunny days stay lovely, and we're able to do that with our huge branch network across the country, our superior customer service within the industry, and technology that makes it so easy for you to do any and everything with us. As we mark International Insurance Awareness Day today, I urge you all to take that bold step and get a life insurance policy today. I also entreat you to be very actively involved in the management of your policies. Check your premiums, make sure they are going through every month, and make sure to update your details quickly as soon as it is required. You can do this online or at the nearest branch, whatever is convenient for you. Go and talk to a life insurance expert today. Star Life, our doors are always open to accommodate you and to assist you. Let us also be mindful of the invisible enemy that's still lurking around. Let's continue to be safe, healthy, let's protect each other and our families during these times. Thank you very much.